You're listening to the Millennial Minute Podcast, giving this generation what they want to hear.
What's up, guys? This is your boy Rod, welcoming you to a brand new episode of the Millennial Minute. Unfortunately, we are not coming to you from the studio because of Rona. And
Rona.
Rona has ruined our lives, and
Rona.
We thought that we'd be back to some normalcy, but we weren't, unfortunately. So we're back in our homes. We're quarantining, just like the rest of you should be. Now, let's go around. Let's introduce the starting lineup. The Millennial Minute. So all the way out in Washington, D.C. Center, standing at 6'3" we got Chibuya Okoro.
Whoa!
Okay. All the way in California, about 20 miles from here, standing at about 6'0", wearing a pink do-rag, stats, numbers on the board, speaks. Okay.
Hey, yo. Good gang. Gang. Pink gang.
All the way from AZ, standing 5'0", very short. Just kidding. Standing 5'11", 6 feet. We got our boy in the streets of AZ. Shout out to Alif Alam.
Griggs.
Yes.
And last but not least, the most influential, the most famous, putting true numbers on the board.
The truest.
1 million. What? This is the Jeff Bezos of TikTok views.
Only D'Amelio who?
We're not talking about thousands. We're not talking about 100,000. We're talking about millions of views on TikTok.
Overnight.
Yes, overnight, doing what she does best. Shout out to T. Say what's up to the people.
I'm just so famous now. Like, I went to go get my mail, and there was just like a crowd of people just outside. Like, hey, you're that girl from TikTok. I'm like, dude, yeah, I know. It's insane.
So how is your entourage looking now that you've blown up overnight?
I still have like 2 friends.
Hey, T. What's your OnlyFans account though?
Yo, mama.
Damn. Yo, mama's titties.
I'm gonna drop the perfect time. But you want to know what else is the perfect time to do? To shout out them sponsors.
Hey.
So, our boys over at Productive Culture have been hooking it up for a while now. It's been a good time and a long time. So if you're looking for production, mixing, sound design, or just looking to start your own podcast, Productive Culture is where you need to go. They've hooked us up and have helped us take our podcast to the next level.
Hey.
And now we're here. And they can do the same for you. So if you're thinking about starting your rap career or just a podcast, it's time to stop thinking about it and hit up Productive Culture, y'all, at productiveculture.com/podcast. And you can find them at Instagram at Productive Culture. You can't say enough nice things about them, about how they've been helping us throughout this COVID transition and transition to this new normal, back in the studio, out of the studio, back in the studio. So shout out to the Productive Culture team.
Shout out Productive. Hey.
Productive.
They got that production. They got production. Hey, they got that culture.
We with the Millennial Minute Rap album. So thank you again. Go to productiveculture.com/podcast. And then you can also find them at Instagram at Productive Culture. Tell them the Millennial Minute sent you. They will hook you up.
Hey.
Now, we got to give another shout out to some Black-owned businesses. We got to give them their clout. So shout out to 3-Bit Games.
Hey.
So to video games, comic books. 3-Bit Games is a spot that you guys need to hit up immediately, right now. They buy, sell, trade all games, consoles, Funko Pops. Shout out to T, who's too famous for us now. Comics, figures, trading cards. It's a one-stop shop for all your gaming and collecting needs. They are ready and open for business. You can find them at 1600 East Holt Avenue, Space K24 in Pomona, California. And you can also find them on Instagram at 3-Bit Games. So times have been tough. Support Black businesses, support small businesses, and give those large monetary apologies, guys.
Large monetary apologies. Shout out to 3-Bit. Hey.
Shout out to Niall. Large monetary apologies. TM.
TM.
Copyright.
Yeah, copyright. C with the Now, let's get into the topic of today. So today we're going to be discussing millennial success, what it means to us, because T just blew up overnight with a very viral TikTok.
Very viral.
Touched the hearts of 1.1 million viewers.
Hey.
And the 1.1 million viewers, we hope to become 1.1 million listeners
Yes.
of this. So we're gonna leech, we're gonna mooch off of T Shine and start grasping some people. So for the minute we're gonna discuss what does success look like to millennials, and then we'll let T get into her story about her TikTok if you haven't seen it already before TikTok gets banned. So T, take us to the minute.
Okay, we're gonna have a 1 minuto to talk about what success means to millennials. Is that right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll go Leaf, Chibs.
No, I don't want to go first. I can't go first. I cannot go first.
Wow, that was really quick and
Okay, sir, calm down. Don't yell at us.
Yes.
We'll go Chibs, Rod, and then Speaks, and then Elite. Okay, ready, set, and go.
Well, I think it's a lot different than it was before. Before it was like a house and a car, but nowadays it's more success can be self-satisfaction. If that means working hard and reaching your goal, like 1 million views, then that's success. Or maybe peace of mind, that can be success too.
Okay.
Yes.
I partly agree with Chibs. I think that the ultimate goal, though, would still be reaching that monetary success.
Mm-hmm. Everybody wants money. That is exactly what I'm saying. All right, everybody wants money by any means. I think it's just there's now more opportunities and different avenues to acquire said monetary success.
Elite?
For me, it's achieving happiness and not being stressful.
Okay. I think for me, it's making money off of something that you're passionate about and not having to worry about money. 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm dropping beats over here.
Exactly.
Dude, I feel like I thought I was in Compton for a moment.
And that Arizona is rubbing off on
it.
I heard that sound like them gang shots I heard in California.
That sound like them gangbangers.
I don't hear nothing like that.
I don't hear nothing like that. All we care about is NASCAR Sherm. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly thought those were pretty accurate sound effects, man. I thought they were legit gunshots for a moment. Were you trying to make gunshot sounds? Well, I'm seriously asking.
Of course.
For who? For a friend?
For a friend.
Was that real? Asking for a friend. But
all right.
Were those real guns?
I feel like we should start off by letting T share her story, what the TikTok was. Drop your TikTok for the people if you're not too famous. I'm pretty sure you've already copyrighted your name. We have to pay you every time we say T. So
can you imagine?
Yeah, tell us
someday.
So tell us, how did you get the idea to make this TikTok? What were you thinking while doing it? Because it was pretty scandalous.
So there's this trend going around where people use this certain sound and they'll tell really crazy stories. So I was like, you know what? It's my time to motherfucking shine, y'all. So I hopped on that trend and then I just told my crazy story. And I knew I was going to I was like, okay, this has to do better than my other TikToks. But I literally never thought that it was going to be 1 million views. To me, that's insane. A million people. I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So T, you went, hit us with, take a step by step. All right. So you go in, you make this TikTok and you're like, okay, for sure. And then you just wake up. And then when did you realize yo, what the hell's going on? What was your first thought?
Oh, so, the thing is, usually when I post a TikTok, I'll look at what times are good times to post. But with this one, I didn't even care. I was just whatever. My TikToks get an average 200 views. It's not a big deal type of thing. So I really wasn't expecting much from even the first day. But when I woke up, it was at 10, maybe it was like 100,000 or something.
Mm-hmm. Overnight?
It wasn't that crazy. Yeah. I mean, like, it is crazy. It is like overnight. Yeah. But then in the middle of the day, it was like at like 500,000. And then it just kept going more and more. And I started getting like a bunch of comments. And then I started seeing people like follow me like crazy. When I first posted it, I was like at 300 and maybe like 60 or 90. I don't know, 360 something followers. And then now I'm like at 3,000 in just 2 days. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm so confused. And then people were following me on Instagram and I was like, who the fuck are you people? Like, it was crazy. I don't know. I'm still processing it.
Did that translate over to your YouTube as well?
No, but I plan on, so I wanted to start a second channel because there's other things that I want to post other than Funko Pop stuff. And I feel like this was just like a sign, like just start your freaking channel already, my separate one. So
Gotcha.
I'm just going to try and use this fame here and hopefully send it over to my new channel where I'm going to talk about the entire story, give like all the details. Cause I feel like people, like everyone in the comments is like asking a bunch of questions and it wouldn't even let me reply to people. Like it started saying that I'm replying to too many people and it banned me from commenting for like a day. It was crazy. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Why did you could do that?
Tiani, how does this make you feel, especially since like we're looming over the potential ban of TikTok?
I mean, it's not like, I don't know, when people keep telling me like, well, enjoy your fame because TikTok's going to be gone. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm not making money on TikTok. Like, it's not a big deal for me because I don't have a lot of followers there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it would be different for me if someone was like, oh, they're banning YouTube because I put so many years into that. I literally posted this 2 days ago. It's not going to break my freaking heart that my one video that I only had out for 2 days is going to be gone. Do you know what I mean? But I could understand TikTokers that have been putting so much time and effort into their videos for like a year or whatever, you know?
Renegade.
Well, I mean, if ever to disappear, make sure you bring that 1 million views over to the pod. That's something that you gotta do. But I mean, for the listeners who are just tuning in for the first time and haven't followed your story, what is the contents of your TikTok?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to give too much away because I'm going to do the whole video on YouTube. But, basically I had a real crazy breakup where they had like a double life and whatnot. We have an episode on that, Tea Time with Tea.
That's also locked away in the Patreon.
It's behind the paywall now.
Ooh, yeah, so you got to pay to get to that one. But I literally the other day I was like, okay, I went through all my my screenshots of everything and I was like, I'm doing a fucking story time because I was reading these screenshots and I was just like, this is fucking insane. Like, the fucking lies, y'all. Like, I can't.
You know what? In a sense, I would say that we would have to take part of that monetary compensation, one for reparations. But once this did happen, just as all good homies would, we told you, hey, you have to tell this story, as painful as it is. So we did throw it out into the universe, and we'll be waiting for our checks.
Yes.
Exactly.
Large monetary apologies.
Large monetary apologies, T.
For everybody.
What is T apologizing for? She didn't do anything wrong.
No, we're expecting it from blank person.
Large monetary apologies. Anyways.
But T, I also wanted to ask, so I mean, like, now as you hit 1 million views, do you feel like you made it? Is this what success feels like for you?
I mean, I'm definitely like grateful for all the people that, follow me on Instagram and like were really supportive and like sending me really nice messages and comments and stuff like that. But I mean, like I said, for me, success would be me completely making a living off of social media.
Like Jason Derulo.
Making videos, like what I like to do and stuff. I do see this as like a stepping stone for my success. And I think for me, it reassures me that I can do this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like this is possible. And I feel like I spent a lot of time thinking like, oh, I don't know. I really want this, but I don't know if it's going to happen. And to me, it was kind of like this sign from the universe. Like, if you want it, like, you can do it, you know?
What do you say to the people who say, oh, there's no money in TikTok? YouTube is saturated. Hence, the other 4 people out of the 5 in this podcast. But so what would you say to, maybe that's like, yo, like I want to tell my story on YouTube, on TikTok, on social media, but I don't know if it's gonna make me any money. Like, what's your quick advice?
I think if you're doing it strictly for the money, like only money, only thinking money, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's going to work for you, because you have to actually enjoy making videos, enjoy commenting with people, enjoy connecting with people, because most of the time you don't get that money right away. Like, if I was only in it for the money, I would not be spending freaking 6-10 hours editing a video just for fun. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be doing that. That's not how, if you're just making money, you're just going to be like, I'm just going to spend as minimal time as possible. If I'm not making money, then screw it,
Mm-hmm. Well, how long have you been making videos now?
I've been making videos maybe for 3 years now. So it's been a while.
Look at that, it's paying off.
So you got to stick with it.
Yeah, you have to. And a lot of people start and they, I guess they think it's going to be easy, or they see someone that's been doing it for a long time and they're like, well, they have and sometimes it is, like I said, people get lucky. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, it's so saturated and there's so many people that you have to be consistent. And some people just don't care about it enough to work that hard and be consistent. Like, they just don't. They just want the instant fame. They want the instant satisfaction of the influencer world. It's you don't get that. Most people don't get that overnight. Some people do.
Have you seen that instant satisfaction or that instant quote unquote fame from that 1.1 million video? Maybe on a small level, or how would you categorize it?
I mean, well, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of people that want to have that many views. And I mean, even me, I literally woke up and I saw 1 million and I started fucking crying, because I was like, holy shit, this is actually possible. Mm-hmm. And I think I spent a lot of my time in the back of my head thinking is this something that's really possible, or is it all just I think a big part of it is luck, because I don't know, you can't calculate a video and say this one is going to hit.
Unless you're David Dobrik.
Well, he's been doing this for forever, and he has clout. But I don't know.
When are you going to dox some people in the video? When are you going to give us names, addresses? Time to dox.
Have you guys looked at the comments? I was fucking dying.
I haven't.
What have they saying?
Yes. What did they?
People are literally. I had this girl message me, and she's like, "Listen, if you want me to bully them, just tell me their ads." And I was like, "What?"
Hey, he's got shooters on deck. He's got shooters on deck, bro.
People are literally. I saw this one comment literally right before we started. I was fucking dead. This one. Don't be shy. Post a photo including their faces. What? I just was not expecting these fucking comments.
I do think that it's. I think a good question also too would be to talk about that. I feel like people tend to it's kind of I don't want to say a drug addict, but kind of a little bit of an addict. When you see those types of numbers, does that make you hungrier? Okay, I got to go try to get my next fix of that million. Can you talk about that for a little bit? What's your what's your motivation level at now that you've seen okay, hey, I can do this now. I can, this can happen. Go ahead and go on.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel for a while I started to get kind of discouraged with just any of my videos, because I do okay on YouTube, but yeah, Leaf, what's going on over
there? Yeah, Leaf, jump on pause real quick.
Yeah, because man.
Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I started to get a little bit discouraged because I felt like I wasn't seeing the amount of attention that I wanted on my videos. Mm-hmm. So when I saw this video just do really well, like you said, it made me hungry. I literally posted 4 videos before I came on here because I was like, I need to keep this going. I feel like it's almost like I got a little bit of a taste, and now I don't want to stop until I'm where I want to be.
It's like a little bit. That's why
gotta sit.
That's why I said it's a little bit of a drug addict. A little bit when you get that first high of oh, this shit is
Yeah,
this shit.
I'm not liking this phrase.
Yeah, but like,
the first one's free.
But the reason why I do say that is because clout is really poisonous to a lot of people. People do way too much. So like, that's what I'm kind of like referring to. I don't mean like we don't condone drugs of any kind. Doesn't matter on this podcast. All right.
Yeah.
Let's
Real
go ahead and
quick,
get that. Let's get that.
Unless it's TikTok, then let's get.
Unless it's TikTok, but a lot of people do chase that fame, do chase that like clout, like of, and that's why you see a lot of people doing like random things. I think are like random things that kind of make people like, why would you do that? And it's just like they just want to get that next viral sensation, that next thing, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's also getting back into like our kind of topic and like what millennials deem as success, and then also why there's seems to be such a backlash for people like, oh, TikTok's getting banned, like what's going on, like now you guys are gonna have to get real jobs. I think that's where like a lot of the hate comes from. People tend to like look at something, what the hell are they doing, what's this renegade dance, what's this, why do they have this many followers, I could do that easy.
Well, we're gonna talk about that in the next one. No,
is it the next one? I thought it was this one.
Well, I mean, we can
do this one, but I'm not sure. But I will say, going on Brian's point, I feel like of all the people that kept saying, for Speaks' point, for all those people that say like, "Oh, out of a job," the point of these like influencers or people who like hop on videos is that they can like, they're adaptable. They can change with the medium. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be TikTok. It can, and like, you know, whatever is new and hot, that's where they're going to like make the most impact. So like, they don't need TikTok. That's just the medium that's used at the moment. But I'm sure it's going to change to something better. Who knows? Maybe it might go back to MySpace just because that's where it's at. Like, who knows?
If like, they were nice people to follow, that's the thing.
Yeah, but the point is like that it doesn't matter what the medium is. The point is the content that they create. But I do just want to like go around, do a little round table, like what does success mean to like everybody else. You know, based on our speaks.
Because he kind of gave my thing. So Chibs, we can start off with you.
Ooh, damn! Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Well, I was gonna say that for I think after hearing everyone else, like, I have to like change my stats a little bit. I will say that yes, that moolah is important. You know, I do want to make sure that satisfaction, of course, is a big part of it, because in the past there was because I want to contrast it with like what people expect, which is like once you get like the house and like the car, and sometimes maybe you like want to get like a family of 3 kids, and like I don't know, then you retire. That is success, you know. Mm-hmm. But I just want to say that like that idea of what success is has changed over the years, and so it's not as like concrete, or like it's not as you've done A, B, C, and then bam, success. You know, but it's much more like, it's more holistic. You know, now it's more about like, are you in a good state, like mentally? You know, do you have stable relationships with your family? You know, so I do feel like that has a big part in like determining like what success is.
Mm-hmm.
I mess with that. I think I do agree with Chibs. I do agree that cash is king at the end of the day. But I would say that I think everyone has like their monetary like value in their head as to like what they need and what they don't need, mm-hmm. you know? So I think that, I mean, just to me, I think that if I'm able to like provide and like have a couple kids, pay off my house, and like be financially okay, like to me, that would be my idea of success. You know, I wouldn't need an excess stupid amount of money.
Yeah, like you don't need a fucking 2 Ferraris or something.
Yeah. I wouldn't need 30 Ferraris off like, you know, whatever to like be happy. You know.
Yeah.
I need 30 Ferraris.
A leaf would need 30 Ferraris.
Yeah, I apologize for earlier, guys. I had the AC turned up on blast. It was blowing into my mic.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, good. We're good to have you back, sir.
Yeah.
I was here the entire time. I'm just listening.
That's what I mean. Never mind.
So anyway, I mean, I am no stranger to viral sensations. I've put out a couple viral tweets. Let me dust off my shoulder. But it's got a couple hundred retweets here and there. I've had like 2. But yeah, like I think it's good to see something that you've made that's been like popular and kind of like pop off. Mm-hmm. but kind of how Speaks was saying, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like a drug unless you let it become that. Like, oh, I need clout, and without clout, like I'm gonna find the craziest thing I can do to like get clout. But I do think that you need to have the mentality is like, okay, well, how do I build on this? Like, how do I research my audience? Why did they particularly like this one? Should I put out more drama videos? Should I expose them? Should I put out their name? Should I let them be cyber?
Send them their address.
I mean,
ask for their address.
Shout out to Gen Z. Like, Gen Z will ruin your life. Like,
dude, I love Gen Z so much. Like, the comments, they had my back. I was like, yes, Gen Z, yes.
Send me $100 and I will expose T. I will expose T right now. No, I'm playing. There's nothing to explain. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. Speak.
Yeah. I think it's kind of just at this point, people want to be able to live where they want to live, how they want to live, and whatever they are doing, they want to make sure that they're making an influence or an impact, and they're passionate about it. As long as that results in them reaching that monetary, threshold, whatever they want to be, whether it is like a Leaf wants to buy 30 Ferraris, totally fine, or it's somebody
That's a joke.
Or somebody like Rod, maybe that would just be comfortable with just one. Same with me. I think if I could buy a Ferrari or two luxury cars like that, I think I'm doing pretty well, and I think I could be pretty satisfied. But as long as you're doing something that you're passionate about, I think that's what's kind of been resonating and why social media is like people want to have social media jobs, but they don't realize a lot of the work that goes into it.
Mm-hmm. That's fact.
Yeah, so I wanted to say that I understand where you guys are coming from, and I'm not saying that you guys are like invalid or anything like that, but I also feel like I guess I'm going to kind of speak the flip side of things because I feel like I used to be in the same line as you guys, but because sometimes I feel like I think that I want those things. Like I want like something simple like a house or being financially secure or all these things. And I tell myself that I'm doing these things for myself. And then once you achieve it, it's like you still somehow feel a void in your life in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
I think what you're saying.
It's as if sometimes I feel like on the flip side of things, it's as if I'm pursuing success to fulfill voids in my life, even though that success is for myself.
I think I want to take this a little bit. I don't think that what you're talking about is the being consumed in grinding so hard that to the point where like you're starting to see things and then maybe you start to feel maybe like not an emptiness, but like okay, well now what? Because you grind so hard for something, and then once you're finally there, you're consumed with the grind of like, I got to do this every day. I got to this, and this. And then once you start kind of seeing things take into fruition, you kind of maybe like are like, okay, well now what type thing, right?
Yeah, in a sense, yes.
Yeah. So I think what that is I mean, it's difficult to say, but I think that's not necessarily a bad thing to feel. Because you got to take a look at where you came from and be happy with the journey that you're going through right now. Shout out to we know how hard you work, my man. We know how hard that you're that you're been grinding and everything. So shout out to you for sure. But keep going, keep doing what you're doing. It's just kind of like making sure that you're not feeling a void, because I don't think it's that you're feeling empty, dude. I think it's just like you're starting to see things, and now you're just kind of figuring out what's next.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate the kind words, man.
And also,
I guess like that's how I've been feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's how that's not how I've been feeling, but then like I I guess that's how I feel after achieving or accomplishing things that I've been trying to pursue for such a long time. And then, yeah, like you just said, like, okay, now what?
That's exactly
what's next.
Yeah.
So so I listened to that. So I was listening to a podcast about the guy who invented Tom's. I forget the guy's name. His name was I forget his name, but essentially like he sold off like half his company just because he felt like he achieved like what he wanted to do. And then, so like now he had the money, and like of course when you have millions of dollars, like what do? You buy the cars, you take the trips, you do all the activities, and he didn't feel fulfilled, you know. And so of course, and then like so his remedy was like he started giving back. I mean like hearing a lot of like different podcasts and saying just like doing a lot of service is a big part of like feeling that fulfillment, giving back after you achieve what you achieved. You know, I think I've heard they say that humans are meant to serve, in saying that like because when you do something charitable, it's supposed to like hit the same receptors in your brain as like food and like sex and whatnot. It just like intrinsically feels good, and so just like we want to get that sense of like holistic accomplishment. I feel a big part of it is giving back. I would say in some way, whether that be like mentorship or volunteering or giving speeches on podcasts. You know, just find a way that you taking what you have accomplished or what you learned and somehow giving back and making the world a better place because of it.
I guess something I want to add. I guess I don't know why I didn't think about it, but you know, a huge part I think of being successful, like you have to be also mentally successful, if that makes sense. Like you have to work on yourself. I think if you really want to be happy, and like you know what we were just touching on, these people they had the money, but it wasn't fulfilling them. I think you have to definitely work on yourself and figure out what truly makes you happy. You know, so I guess there is like that mental success or like that soul success, if that makes sense.
Like it's not all monetary. The more that I like that soul
success.
They're the soul people. The soul people.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you, Rod?
Nah, don't donate, don't help people. Keep all the money. No, imagine.
I'm taking all that shit with me when I die.
Oh my god.
Putting it all on black, you know. Well, I mean, I think that's a really good point. I do agree with Chibs that I do believe that humans are meant to serve a higher purpose, just other than themselves. And I think that when you do, you know, nice things, and I'm not saying that you have to go and work in a soup kitchen 24 hours a day, but if, let's say, someone reached out to T and said, hey, like, how do I do this? Like, what are your tips for starting a YouTube? Someone went to Speaks and said, hey, how do I tie my do-rag? You know, like, those things, like, allow.
Has been multiple questions. How do you get your hair to do that?
How do you get your waves?
How would do that?
How does it do that?
How you do that, though? But
Brian, can I get waves?
No, you cannot get waves right now, sir.
Wave check live on
not
the
right now, sir. Absolutely not.
Wave check on the pod. But no, I think that and just helping people in talking about things that you care about, working towards things that you care about, because a lot of the physical things, whether it be a car, whether it be houses, like all of those things, like you're not taking with you when you're gone. You know, I've always told, shout out to close homie on the pod, shout out to Len, but we always talk about like legacies we leave when we die. Yeah, that's the only thing that we have on this earth physically. Like once we're gone, you know, rest in peace to Kobe, but you can see his legacy once he's gone. Like he's still talked about daily. And I think that that's something important. Like, who are the kids that we're going to help out, like in this next generation? Are you going to put, you know, your right foot forward and help the elderly to like come across the street, or, you know, not putting your parents in a home? Like those things, I think that are like very beneficial and like find ways to give back and help out. So I'm all for it.
Very cool. I feel like I did have just like one more question, but so I feel like, what does it take to be successful? You know, was it as what's all y'all's takes on what it takes to be successful?
I like that.
Oh,
maybe start off with the leaf, and go around.
I think this is just me, and let me preface with I'm by no means like successful or like the spokesperson of how to be successful, but just my personal take on it is that I think it requires a deal of planning and taking calculated risks, not just risks, but calculated risks, and the ability to be adaptable and adjustable, and networking. No, but that's not an all inclusive list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
So speaks.
Like Elise said, for sure does take planning, but also it takes I guess it maybe goes along with planning, but like the idea or sense of direction that you have on knowing where you want to go. Like, because I think a lot of times especially like, I guess I can use myself as like, being stuck in a limbo of like, where the hell am I supposed to go? You know, you kind of have certain things that, you know that you want to do, but you have no idea the route to kind of take and, how to kind of pursue that. And then also the fear of like choosing the wrong one, choosing the wrong path, or choosing the one that like maybe doesn't work out. You know, I think that's what also hinders a lot of people.
All right. What about you, T?
I think you have to know your why, and you have to really be passionate and willing to work hard for it. If you don't know why you're doing something, then why the heck are you even doing it? Do you know what I mean? So I think that's like the biggest thing, is just understanding and being very clear about the why.
Yes.
Like that.
Sure, yeah. I also think in the end, we'll fall back on it.
I like that. I believe you were going to add on something?
Oh, yeah. I also think there isn't really a shortcut because
hitting the lottery.
Yeah. I also don't. I mean, yeah, hitting the lottery. Like those are those are like one-off. Like I'm not saying those are like one-off chances, but like the likeliness of that happening, or something like that. But like because like when you're looking for a shortcut, you're like looking for a bootleg version of success. You know, like you have to. I strongly believe in like putting in work ethic and dedication, blood, sweat, and tears.
Right. Yeah. I also heard like when you cheat your way to the top, you won't stay there very long. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So Ron, what do you think?
I think consistency is one. I think determination and focus. Consistency, determination, and focus. To really succeed at anything in life, whether it be your 9 to 5, YouTube, starting a brand, that's really all it takes. On top of what everyone else said here, but you just have to want it. You have to know why you want it, and you have to keep reminding yourself day in and day out why you want what you want, because there's always going to be like a little devil in your ear telling you like, oh, you shouldn't do this, oh, you shouldn't do that, oh, well, is this really working, is that really working? And like you have to really just believe in yourself and find ways to continue to push forward and like meet those goals. And I think you also need a lot of discipline. Set deadlines for yourself on like when you need things done, on when you want to achieve certain things, but don't get discouraged when those things aren't met. You just push that finish line forward a little bit, and then you just keep pushing. And that's all it takes. Like we can all do it. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So we're all capable.
Have you guys heard of SMART goals?
Yes, I think spoke about it before.
Yes, like SMART goals is an acronym that stands for S is for specific, measurable, achievable, attainable, relevant, and is it time bound? So like when you are trying to pursue a goal, like it's best to have have a goal that fulfills those criteria, especially being, I think, time bound. Like, and is it whether achievable and reasonably attainable or not within that time frame?
Definitely. Yeah, and so I guess I'm the last one. So I would say habits and routines I feel like this is advice I'm giving to myself because this is something that like I also need and I'm working on. But pretty much like whatever goal that you're trying to achieve or whatever you're trying to get to, habits and routines are key because like at first it's going to be tough, because there's going to be a lot of distractions and things to get you off track. But once you get a good, solid, good routine and create good habits, just everything's going to fall into place because just with repetition and consistency, you're eventually going to get to where you need to go. But it starts with creating that foundation and creating that good routine. No matter like how hard it is to wake up at 6 a.m. or how hard is it to like, if you're trying to make 2 or 3 videos a week, you got to make sure you do it every single time. Make sure same time every time. And when outside forces try to like knock you off the path, you just deflect that, keep on going, and eventually you'll reach where you need to go.
Yeah.
Hey, and on that note, I think that we're good to start wrapping up this podcast. Chibs just dropped a bomb on everybody. Just
real.
What's this? It's the my third eye.
Really, guys? Bomb? Really?
The shots have aligned. Everything is coming into place. Everyone's astrology sign is like meshing together. The world is right.
Yes.
So, we all become one astrological sign together.
There's like, oh my god! Could you imagine how bipolar we would be? If everyone signed in one, that would be a mess. But yeah, so shout out again to T, who is obviously too famous for us now. This was her.
Too famous.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
You're welcome. Yeah. I will send you a bill later.
Wow.
Thank you.
$1,000 just for her to come on. She showed up late too, so you already know she's on the deal status. Once again, thank you guys for listening. Shout out again to 3-Bit Games. Shout out to Productive Culture.
Shout out to Productive.
Oh, Productive.
Hey. Shout out to 3-Bit. Hey.
So, we will see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And signing off, this is the Millennial Minute. Peace.
Hey, we'll see you guys in a minute. Peace.